Mary Reeser was a 69-year-old woman who moved to St. Petersburg, Florida after the death of her husband to be closer to her son and grandchildren. She lived alone in an apartment. On the night of July 1st, 1951, Mary's son, Dr. Richard Reeser Jr., visited his mother and kissed her goodnight for the last time. Mary took 2 sleeping pills, sat in a chair, and smoked a cigarette before bed. The next morning on July 2nd, 1951, Mary's landlady went to her apartment to deliver a telegram, but upon trying her doorknob, she noticed something strange. The door of Mary's apartment was warm, and the doorknob was too hot to touch. She called emergency services, and when they arrived, they found a shocking scene. The apartment was filled with smoke and soot, and Mary was gone, or so they initially thought. After searching the apartment, they found Mary's remains among the charred ashes of the chair she had fallen asleep in. She was mostly ash, but part of her spine, her foot with her left shoe still attached, and her shrunken skull remained. Reports state that her skull had shrunken to the size of a teacup. Strangely enough, besides the corner of the room where Mary had burned, the rest of the room was untouched. This led to many theories, but the one that quickly gained traction was that Mary had died from spontaneous human combustion, where a human body burst into flames without a known cause. St. Petersburg Police Chief J.R. Reichert solicited the help of the FBI to help solve the mystery of Mary Reeser's demise. In a letter to FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, the chief wrote, "This fire is too puzzling for the small town force to handle." After investigation, the FBI ruled out spontaneous human combustion, but could not conclusively give a cause. They ruled that it's likely her death was a result of a pure accident. Mary likely fell asleep with the cigarette still lit. The ash from the cigarette may have caused her nightgown to catch fire, but because of the sleeping pills she had taken, she was unable to wake up. The burning of her fat had caused something known as the wick effect, where melted human fat is absorbed by clothing or fabric and acts as a wick to a flame. Mary's daughter-in-law told St. Petersburg Times, quote, "Mary was a great smoker. The cigarette dropped to her lap. Her fat was the fuel that kept her burning. The floor was cement and the chair was by itself. There was nothing around her to burn." End quote. To this day, Mary's death is still debated, with many rejecting the FBI's findings. The mystery remains. We over here at the Life Chronicle family really love and appreciate the support. Comment, subscribe, tell us what our next subject should be.